Hi foodie friends, I'm doing some dinner prep and I always use block cheese when I am cooking with something that needs cheese. So I'm going to show you both of our cheese graters, our microplane, our coarse microplane and our fine microplane, and how I'm going to use them tonight for our dinner. So I'm actually prepping for a meal for 25 teenagers that I have coming over because I'm hosting my son's swim team pasta dinner. So we've got to have fresh mozzarella and we've got to have fresh Parmesan. So this is a great opportunity to show you both these items. So I'm going to set this down so you guys can kind of see what's going on. All right, so right here, this is our fine grater. So you can see the little small fine holes on here. This is great for zesting, doing nuts or chocolate on a dessert because you can use the holder, slide it right on, and then fill that with small items like the chocolate or the nuts, and then you can grate it right on top. You're very Betty Crocker when you do that. Now, when I do cheeses, I typically don't use the holder. It's a personal preference. It does come with the holder, both sizes. Just personal preference. So I'm going to take the holder off. I don't really want to use that right now. But when you extend the handle, it looks like this, okay? This is not a magical button on either side. It's just kind of where I place my thumb. So I'm right-handed, so I'm going to place my hand on that side. And then I just kind of hold it, and there's a spring in here. So see, this kind of goes back and forth depending on where you are. So as you do that, you can rotate it. So you pull it that way, it clicks, so it can do a TP, or you do it one more and you can do it straight up and down. So a lot of times I just do it straight up and down. It's got little rubber feet, so I can put it right on my cutting mat and go from there. So I've got my Parmesan here, our fresh Parm, and we do not buy that stuff that comes in that green container, okay, because that is sawdust. That is not real cheese. So when you buy a bag cheese, there is a white powdery substance on bag shredded cheese, and it is called cellulose. And if you Google that, cellulose is wood pulp or sawdust that they are putting in your cheese, and it's a preservative. So if you ever notice that cheese is very loose in there, and it will last for a good amount of time, however, after it's opened, if you don't get all the air out, stuff can grow in there. And what happens when you have a bag of cheese and there's green stuff growing in there? Well, you can't serve that on spaghetti night or Taco Tuesday. You got to ditch it. But when you have a block of cheese and you got a little green fuzzy, you just cut it off. So here's my block of Parm, like you do an Asiago or a Parm, something that's hard, a hard cheese, and you're going to use your fine micrograter. So hopefully I can angle this so you can kind of see how this comes out just like snowflakes. So in our house, there are 4 C's that we never measure, and it is chicken, chocolate, cheese, and calories. So when it comes to this particular night and what we're making for dinner, I'm just gonna grate a lot of this Parmesan to mix in with a couple of my dishes and for the kids to top their pasta with it too. So look at all that. That's like snowflakes coming off the top of there. So I can just rub it right there. Now, if I was zesting, I would hold my lemon, lime, orange like this, and I would just rotate it as I was zesting, and the zest would collect right here, and then I would add it to whatever I'm doing. Great thing to do with zest this time of year is grab sugar cookie dough, add a little bit of zest to it, and you just flavor it up. So you can do lime, lemon, orange, or do a little bit of both and have a citrus cookie. Just adds a little bit of flavor, a little bit of color, and it's super easy with regular sugar cookie dough. All right, so that's our fine grater, and look, there's our little mountain. Ooh, it's kind of, as the cutting mat is moving, it's kind of blowing away. All right, so I'm gonna set that over to the side. Now, I've already started grating my coarse, using my coarse grater to do my soft cheese. Okay, so here's your coarse grater. Same mechanism that you can rotate just like this, okay? With this, I use this for my soft cheeses. So today I'm doing mozzarella, and then I'm also making, hold on one second. All right, sorry, Pampered Chef moment. We're pampered, not perfect. I'm also doing a mac and cheese, and so I will be grating, my son has requested 1 block of cheddar and 1 block of Colby Jack mixed together for this particular cheesy mac and cheeseness. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and just grate my soft cheese. I'm gonna rotate it so you can kind of see. It is best to leave your cheese in the fridge until you are ready to grate, okay? So especially mozzarella is a very soft cheese, and if the block is been out too long, it will kind of break as you're doing it. So this was actually the big block, like the 16-ounce block that I already grated half of it, and then I'm doing the other half. But as I grate, I just grate a couple of times and then I rotate to kind of keep it even. And then when I get down to about this part, I'll just rotate it and do it on the shorter side and rotate back and forth. And then so what happens when you're in charge of grating the cheese and there's a little bit left over, that gets to disappear right in your mouth, because I mean, who's gonna miss that part? And so anytime I'm grating cheese for taco night or pasta night, inevitably a kid races through the kitchen and grabs a bunch and eats it. So that's okay, because we always have block cheese on hand. Now, also with cheese, it loses its flavor 3 days after it's been cut. So like if I wanted to, I could have prepped this yesterday, it would have been fine, but I usually don't keep cheese shredded longer than just 2 or 3 days. And so that stuff that you're getting in the store is filled with cellulose, that preservative, and it's also pretty tasteless compared to real cheese. Now, real cheese from a block that you're grating yourself, it tastes better, it melts better, it's just all around better. It's cheaper per ounce when you look at that price tag, because I want to share with you something. I already threw the plastic away that went with this. But when you buy a block of cheese and you look at the package, it's going to tell you the net weight. So like this block of Parmesan was net weight 7 ounces. This is weight, okay? Like how much it weighs, all right? When you buy a bag of cheese, it is measurement like the volume. So like a lot of times bag cheese comes in 2-cup bags, all right? So that is volume. And so there's a difference. So if you were to buy an 8-ounce block versus an 8-ounce bag, and then you grate the block yourself, you're gonna get more cheese. So your actually cost per ounce is much less because of the way they confuse the measurements of weight versus volume. So there's a quick tip for you to learn today. But I'm gonna go ahead and continue my prep. I'm so thankful that you were here today to watch our cheesy video, and I'm gonna enjoy this little piece that's left for my snack. Okay, you guys have a great day.